Great to see all your wonderful faces smiling, I hope. I can't see everyone's. I'm Joy Bennett. I'm the Executive Director of Old Songs, and we welcome you to our, I forget the count, but we have 2 more after this. I'll tell you more about that at the break, and you're not here to hear me speak, so I will turn it over to Grosse Isle.
Lovely to be back here again. Thank you, Joy.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to be back here. I'm glad to be there. I think the last time it was maybe a year ago. I think we were saying that in 2024. And thanks for being there. We're going to do, some of us probably know us already, but we mix Quebec and Ireland, Irish music, and we're going into a legend now. It's called La Légende de la Dame Blanche, or the Legend of the White Dame. It's a legend from just up Quebec City. Apparently there's a ghost of a woman in the fountain. La belle Mathilde a son fiancé. Quand serons-nous tous deux mariés? Continue tes prières à mon retour de guerre. Le bon quitte la côte de Beaupré, mais quand la bataille est terminée, un messager de guerre dit qu'il est mort à la guerre. Le noir, elle refuse de porter, mais sa robe blanche de mariée s'en va à la rivière. Au bout de la rivière, dans la chute, elle se jette. Arrivé, aucun signe de son bien-aimé, ruse de l'ennemi, de prendre dans ses morts garçons. La belle Mathilde reprit les clés. Saint-Pierre, la porte tu peux refermer. Je reste à la rivière, au bout de la rivière, entre le ciel et la terre. De la guerre, apprend la nouvelle, vont à la rivière, aperçoit dans le ciel le voile d'une lune de miel.
Thank you. It really is lovely to be back here in this room again, being treated so well, and to see such a lovely crowd of you coming out to see us. It's so nice to be back. Thank you. So for those of you who don't know, I don't know how many of you here are new audience, or how many of you have been here to see us before. A little bit background of what we do. So it's a mixture of Irish and French Canadian or Quebecois traditional music, which have two very similar kind of backgrounds. Grosse Isle was a quarantine island, a bit like the Ellis Island of Canada, if you like, during the Great Famine in Ireland. That's where the name comes from. So our music draws from that. And the show we're doing tonight, or the music we're playing tonight, comes from the album we released just back in March called Homeric or Homeric. And it's kind of a celebration of all these very heroic or substantial or important people in history, mostly from Irish and French Canadian culture. Not strictly French Canadian, there's also actually just broadly Canadian culture in it. There's some songs in French, some songs in Irish, some songs in English, but the theme kind of keeps coming back to that, these figures from the past that are just kind of impressive, and we want to pay kind of homage to those people. So the Dame Blanche Sophie just sang was one of those. Probably give a little background to that in a few minutes, but that's kind of what the gist of it is for tonight. So thank you very much, and hope you enjoy it.
There's 2 tunes I composed and a while ago, but we still like to play them. They are a bit crooked and fun. They are good warm-up now.
There you go, yeah. Now we're going to continue with another couple of songs. This time, as I mentioned, there's a few different backgrounds for some of the songs. This is a couple of songs in Irish from my neck of the woods. So I'm from Connemara in the west of Ireland, and there's a tradition there called the seanos. A lovely, rich singing tradition. There's also dancing as well that goes on, the seanos dancing, which is very informal, very different to the Irish, the river dance style dancing or the Irish step dancing that we know of. Seanos is much more free. The hands are allowed to move. You're allowed to do facial expressions and all sorts of things. It's very free. It's a lot. It's more the country style. So, but that's the dancing. But then the seanos singing is mostly actually slow songs, which you'll hear one later on in the second half. But they're a cappella usually. So there's generally three categories. There's the love songs, and then there's political songs as well called ashling. And then there's the more, I suppose, lullabies or songs for putting the kids to sleep, and they're usually in jig time or sometimes kind of march or waltz time. These are a couple of those ones. There are a couple of, well, a jig and a slip jig. The first one's called An Rógra Dubh, which means the dark rogue, and then there's Ní Bana, which means the blonde-haired canavans. But the Bana is also a nickname for the bog cotton, the flax that grows in the bog over there. And it's funny because the political ashling and the love songs are so deep and poetic. The meaning is very, very, there's many meanings with each line. And the poetry in them is very, very beautiful. These ones really, there's not very much going on with the words at all, the jig ones. For example, the Rógra Dubh, so the first line is Thomas Tuckus Mov Rógig and Rógra Dubh. The Rógra Dubh has my shoes and socks. He's stolen his shoes and socks. Agus man Yapkin Poca Celine Sablanyov, and he has my handkerchief now for over a year. And then there's a lilt for the second part, and then he goes on to say, the Rógra Dubh has a nest up in the hill, and he says 3 times the same line. And then he doesn't take the roads, but he sneaks around the backs of the bushes instead. And then the third and last verse is, if you ever seen Moira across the bay, and I'm not going to say the last line, but it involves Moira and the Rógra Dubh. So he has his way with the women as well. And the Ceann Bana is a bit more harmless. It's basically, actually, the story, I think the story behind that one is that the Ceann Bana are the blonde-haired canavans. They're these kids that are playing down in the bog. And it's either one of the parents or one of the aunts or uncles or one of the family who's taking care of them, and he's saying, they're the Ceann Bana down there, and it says, the chorus, there's only actually, funny enough, there's only, a lot of the seanos songs are very long. They have many verses, many words, and lots of things going on there. The Ceann Bana's just got a chorus and a verse, and a verse and a chorus, and it's repeated over and over again. But it's more kind of, it's almost like a lilt, really. But it's just, God me, Ceann Bana. So there they are, the Ceann Banas, and the chorus is then, I'll put you up in the glen, and I'll bring you up to the witch who's going to put a curse on you. So I think it's one of the authority, one of the, like I said, one of the parent figures telling them to behave themselves, or they'll be brought up to this witch. Saiv is her name. So there you go. Rógra Dubh the Ceann Bana. Thomas Tuckus Mov Rógig and Rógra Dubh, Mus Tuckus Mov Rógig and Rógra Dubh, Mus Tuckus Mov Rógig and Rógra Dubh, As man Yapkin Poca Celine Sablanyov. Howdle dee dowdle dum, howdle dee dowdle dum, howdle dee dum, dilly howdle dee dum, dilly howdle dee da, howdle dee dum, dee dowdle dee dowdle dee dowdle dee dum. Tanjadensen Slevig and Rógra Dubh, Tanjadensen Slevig and Rógra Dubh, Tanjadensen Slevig and Rógra Dubh, Iachishia Mohara Kungarog. Howdle dee dowdle dum, howdle dee dowdle dee dowdle dee dowdle dee dowdle dee dum, dilly howdle dee dum, dee dowdle dee da, howdle dee dowdle dee dowdle dee dum. Da vekke se oira ti velledum tra, da vekke se oira ti velledum tra, da vekke se oira ti velledum tra, så gafe sin oira kan Rógra Dubh. Howdle dee dum, dilly howdle dee dowdle dum, howdle dee dowdle dee dowdle dee dum, dilly howdle dee dum, dee dowdle dee da, howdle dee dowdle dee dowdle dee dum. Guadam hang, Guadam hang, Guadam hang, Guadam hang, Michaelis Wire, Guadam hang, Guadam hang, Guadam hey, Shoddy Nichan Wambana. Guadam hang, Guadam hang, Guadam hang, Guadam hey, Michaelis Wire, Guadam hang, Guadam hang, Guadam hey, Shoddy Nichan Wambana. Corhime, Susa Sauhian, who Corhime, Corhismaker, who shoe born in Lanert, Corhime, Susa Sauhian, Corhime, Corhismaker, he she born in Lanert. Maggie.
Thanks. We're going. Oh, go on.
I just wanted to say that. I've been playing with these guys for a year and a half now.
Yes.
And I think our very first gig was actually the Old Song Festivals festival 2 years ago. Yeah. That was a lot of fun, and they've been telling me about this place, and what a wonderful venue you guys have. It's so lovely. It's really great. Well, Fiachra was telling his stories. I turned around a little and noticed what's been going on right on my left. I might have my reasons to really like this venue, but if you guys are fine, I might start playing that way, with turning my chair a little bit. Anyways, you can go ahead.
We're delighted to have Francois-Félix with us. Yes, we've been playing with him for like a year, and it's been great. Yes, we're going to do actually a song from... Actually, it's a song that I arranged, actually I adapted from an Irish song. It's about Grosse Isle. Grosse Isle was, in English, they call her Grace O'Malley, but in Ireland, they also call her Grosse Isle. And she was a special woman. She lived in the 1500s, and she was the chef of a clan. Isn't it chef? Yeah. A chief of a clan. And she was a pirate. Maybe you heard about her. Like she's a known pirate. And she's pretty respected in Ireland because she was protecting Ireland, of course, against the English at the time. And the story I'm telling is the story of one very day in 1593. She decides, she gets out of prison, because she was always put in prison, of course, in those days. It's terrible. But anyway, she was 3 years in prison, and then she gets out, and she arrives to her land, and it's not her land anymore, because it's been taken. And then she's looking for sons, they're in prison. She's looking for a brother, he's in prison, so everybody's in prison. So she just decides to sail with her crew.
Right up the Thames.
Yeah, she goes to the Thames and she goes to London and asks to talk to Queen Elizabeth I. Hi, who does that? So it's kind of cool. And she gets to talk to her, and then she gets to free everything. So and we've read about it lately, and we discovered that after she went to London, what was it? The Queen changed the map of Ireland, like because she impressed her so much, and she changed and she put her name on the map. So,
despite their differences, they were women with a lot in common. Yeah.
So anyway, that's the story of Grosse Isle, that crazy person. Amazing person. Yeah, it's kind of okay.
All right.
My fiddle don't worth much money, but I love them though. But it costs nothing. But I've looked for them for a long time though, so I still wouldn't want anything to happen. But if something happened, it wouldn't be like it's worth like $200.
So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Good thing too, because Sophie settled down now. But when I met Sophie first 15 years ago, I remember going to see her in her apartment, and she had her fiddle case after we were playing in a session or somewhere up in Quebec. And we got back to her apartment, and she just took her fiddle case and threw it in the cupboard.
Yeah, it's true. I used to throw my fiddle. I'm better at it, but
she's mellowed out a bit since.
I'm still rough a little bit. I'd better not have a $20,000 fiddle. Okay, runaway.
Right.
C'est la chef guerrière, après 3 ans emprisonnée, qui revient de sur ses terres, enfin libérée, n'y retrouve ni son frère, ni ses garçons. Leur a-t-on pris leur terre et jeté en prison? Oh, gone away. Oh, Shilava, oh, Waila, oh, gone away. In his Sheraton Tower. Si leurs terres ne sont plus leurs terres, à la reine je parlerai. J'irai jusqu'en Angleterre, les reprendrai. Risquerai-je les chaînes ou la tête coupée? J'irai quand même voir la reine, les ferai libérer. Oh, gone away. Oh, Shilava, oh, Waila, oh, gone away. In his Sheraton Tower. Mais la chef guerrière, arrivée devant la reine, apprend que son adversaire connaît déjà ses peines. Tu es femme, tu es veuve, à la tête protégeant mers et les fleuves, les terres de ton clan. Oh, gone away. Oh, Shilava, oh, Waila, oh, gone away. In his Sheraton Tower. On raconte qu'en bas âge, tes cheveux tu les as coupés pour rejoindre l'équipage qui t'a élevé. On raconte qu'à peine avais-tu donné naissance, tu étais à la défense, un bon capitaine. Oh, gone away. Oh, Shilava, oh, Waila, oh, gone away. In his Sheraton Tower. À une femme de courage, je dois mon admiration. À une rivale en bas, j'accorderai pardon. Oh, gone away. Oh, Shilava, oh, Waila, oh, gone away. In his Sheraton Tower. Oh, gone away. Oh, Shilava, oh, Waila, oh, gone away. In his Sheraton Tower. Thanks. We'll stay on the Irish side. There's another song actually that I really liked. Actually, the chorus we just did there was really the Irish chorus. You saw it was in Irish, of course. It was not in French. And yeah, the other song I really like in Connemara, where Fiachra comes from, there's a song called Johnny Sugar that's sung a lot, and it's a complaint. What do you call it? A lament. They call it Shanos in Ireland. And I always liked it. And I thought, well, I'm going to translate it in French. So I did. So that's the song in French. And the story of Johnny Sugar was a man that was not very liked in Carna, which is the town where it talks about in the Connemara. And he was the person responsible in 1847 to giving little tickets, because they would give little tickets in the Great Famine to people that were hungry. And there were certain rules like to give them. And one night, it was happened for real, and it was on 24th of December, the night of Christmas. And then there's a family that came from far away from the bogs, and they were exhausted and cold, and they arrived for food. And then Johnny Sugar refused them for some reason. And they had to go back. They had no shelter to stay. And then apparently they all died in the way back home. So that's the story of Johnny Sugar. épaule. Le petit, j'ai monté. Ma femme, son dernier, dans les bras emporté. Et les grands affamés, ils nous ont suivis le pied jusqu'à Carnot dans la tour et les rochers. Pour un brave père épuisé en cette nuit sainte, donnerez-vous bien à manger au sien. Vous êtes notre sauveur, notre soleil au creux de l'orange. Aidez ma famille, oh Johnny Sugar. Oh non, mon bon monsieur, pour vous je ne ferai point. Je n'ai pas ni lit ni rien pour assouvir votre faim. Non plus, mon bon monsieur, ne vous y logerez. Je n'ai pas ni lit ni rien pour vous y reposer. Pour une bonne mère épuisée en cette nuit sainte, faisarez-vous à manger au sien d'une famille à famille? Aurait-elle eu pitié, votre femme, qu'en aurait pensé la femme de Johnny Sugar? Demoiselle, je ne suis pas, dit-elle, la femme de Johnny Sugar. Mais pour une famille affamée, je trouverai bien un morceau de paix, même si de logis je n'en ai point. Pour un brave père épuisé en cette nuit sainte, car vous nourriez si peu les siens. Au royaume des cieux, auront eu un homme et sa famille. Un dernier repas grâce à vous et non à Johnny Sugar.
Thank you again. We were playing last night for the Folk Music Society of New York in Brooklyn, and I was telling this story, and I think they thought it was a spiel, but it actually is a true story. We started this little mini tour yesterday. We left, Sophie and I left our house at just before 7 in the morning to go to Montreal, pick up a rental van, and then pick up Francois-Félix, who lives in Montreal, and make our way down to New York City. Not thinking that, of course, leaving at that time we're going to hit New York at rush hour, and have to get all the way through Manhattan into Brooklyn. But the other thing that happened was I'd hired a 7-seater minivan thinking I'd get a Sienna or something, but when we got there they had this SUV type thing. And I said, have you got anything with a bit more storage in the back? It's lovely and luxurious, but we just want space. And they didn't. So we're getting this keyboard and the guitar, banjo, the whole lot, all the gear. And along with our 2 amazing kids and their skateboarding gear. So Sophie and I picked up the car and we spent about 40 minutes trying to Tetris everything into it.
We changed. We put 2 luggage into one first, and we got rid of a lot of things that was finally. And so we did all the luggage again.
and Sophie's like, so.
Yeah, and then we redid the luggage again at his house.
Well, that's the thing. Like, Sophie said, we did great. I said, we still had to pick up Francois-Félix and his guitar. You know? So anyway, to cut a long story short, poor Francois-Félix was sitting in the back with our kids and a box of CDs sitting here in his head. He's like this for 10 hours, because it's meant to be 7 hours, but it was 10. So we told them last night, we said we don't want to bring those bloody CDs home. You know? But no, they thought it was just another. Thus Irish people are always saying, oh, geez, I have a load of CDs and I don't want to bring them home. Well, we really don't want to bring them home. So we have to. Anyway, if you like our music and you'd like to bring some, we've got Grosse Isle CDs. In 2023, we each made a solo album. Not necessarily, it wasn't arranged or anything, it just happened like that. Francois-Félix is a lovely singer as well as a brilliant guitar player, and he's not singing much in this show, but he's a fantastic singer, so he's got a solo album of his singing and guitar playing, and we've all sorts of different things up there, so if you'd like, have a look and see what you like. We're going to play one more set, take a quick break, and come back for more after, so we hope you're enjoying yourselves, and thank you so much for being great.
So on your right, some delicious things to eat and drink. If there's enough cake, you all ate so much cake before when you came in. So hopefully there's a little bit left. Anyway, this is a good thing. And on your right is the Grosse Isle Mall. Christmas is coming. of cherubim chanting and seraphim singing Hosanna, and a choir of archangels a caroling come. Hallelujah, hallelujah, all the angels are trumpeting glory in praise of the Prince of Peace. So that was it. That's a song from Noel Sing We Clear, who used to do almost every year. I could have been every year. Every year, I'm corrected. Concerts with old songs. And unfortunately, that doesn't happen anymore. But 2 weeks from tonight, Winborn will be here with... and we'll probably do a lot of the same songs and many other songs you may or may not have heard before, but we've been doing them now we've been having Winborn here around this time of year now for 3 or 4 years, and tickets are going very fast, so we suggest that you get them early, get them often and get them early. And then we close out the season with John Kirk, Trish Miller, and Mark Murphy. And they're going to be doing what they call a string band sleigh ride. So it's going to be another great closing of our season. And then it opens up in April, right? It opens up in January, starting with a dance on the first Saturday of January. So be here, and then I'll tell you more next week about some of the other concerts coming up next season. Without further ado, we have... Grosse Isle.
Thank you so much, thanks. Here is 2 tunes, 2 jigs actually. First one I wrote it, and the second one is an adaptation of a tune from Jean-Claude Mirandette, which is was a great composer from La Naudière in Quebec. And that tune is called Louis Cyr, and it's quite known in Quebec. Everybody plays it, all the fiddlers and musicians played it. And it's a reel, but we turned it into a jig, so here we go.
Thank you. During the break, I had a couple of people asking me something, and something I get asked very commonly. So I kind of forgot, actually, the last few gigs we did to explain this, but this thing I'm playing, basically, what is that thing and how does it work? Some people ask often. Some people ask me if I have batteries hidden in the stock here. This is called the stock. So these are uilleann pipes, and the uilleann pipes have many different forms, many different styles. But they're the Irish, they're one of the native Irish instruments, along with the harp. Very, very old. They date back to at least the 1600s. There's depictions of them in art. They evolved from what were called the pastoral pipes, which were played usually standing up and with the end open. But the uilleann pipes were sitting down because they're what are called a stopped chanter. So we play usually with the end of the chanter closed. So that's the main difference between the uilleann pipes and other kind of pipes are that most of the others are played constantly open, so there's constant sound coming out of them. The pipes are a very staccato instrument, so there's nearly a silence between every note. So to go through them, there's a bellows. The reason I call uilleann pipes is because there's a bellows under my elbow here, and uilleann is the Irish word for elbow, so they're basically called elbow pipes. And that's why I'm not blowing and I don't have batteries. I've got a pump under my elbow. So this pump supplies air through a pipe across the waist into the bag, which is under the other elbow. So you pump up the bag, and once it's full, you use the other elbow to keep pressure on it to force air first out to the neck into the chanter, which has a reed, a double reed in here, and that plays the melody. So you got just over 2 octaves there in the key of D. Then you have another hole down here in the bag, which lets out the air into the main stock, which divides that air then into 6 more pipes, which each have another reed, which they're traditionally made of cane, which is very sensitive to humidity and temperature, so we're more time tuning than playing, really. But there's 3 drones, and most pipes have at least 2, or usually 3 drones. They're just 3 octaves of the tonic note, so in my case, D. So you have the tenor, baritone, and the bass. That's the middle one. So they're just 3 octaves, and they all play together. There's a little switch here to turn them on and off. But then they thought it wasn't really enough to be pumping away and using 8 fingers to play the tune. But you still have your wrist, so they can play chords too. So they added 3 more pipes with stopped ends and keys on them, so they're called the regulators, and they're for playing chords. You can play rhythms or kind of a basic set of chords to accompany your playing. So, ooh, not like that. Yeah. That's not how pipes are meant to sound. I know what's going on here. I got a leaking key. Oh, that's better. I've already got some insulation tape on there and some elastic. So yeah, you got a basic set of, normally they kind of revolve around the D and G chords, so you use your wrist to play those. So they were designed for playing solo in these big halls and manor houses back in those days. They had patrons, so that's the uilleann pipes. So that's how they work. Now I'm going to do a couple of songs. The first one, which is going to have the pipes in them. The first one is a wood shanty, which is based around a tragedy that happened I think in Maine, in the Magalloway River, involving 2 Irish immigrants, one from Quebec and one from Maine. And then we're going to go into a little interlude with Francois-Félix on the guitar, and then another Sean-O's song called Eleanor Rouen, which is an old love song written in the 1730s. So here we go. The first one's called White and Murphy.
Do you need to tune or you're fine?
Might need to tune.
Okay. But what my puppy?
Yeah, that'll do. Come, all ye loyal shanty boys, so hardy, brave and strong, I would kindly ask you to draw near and listen to my song, for it concerns 2 shanty boys, so loyal, true and brave. who by an accident of late met with a watery grave. 'Twas on the 6th of October, 1901. A chilly wind blew from the north, dark clouds concealed the sun. The snow was falling thick and fast, the winds were howling wild. That's governed by the unseen hand of that pure and undefiled. That morn they left Fred Finn's hotel to own his winding hills, to Cartwright's Cahan, 21 miles north of Wilson's Mills, with a supply of horses that had lately come that way, and by an accident were lost in the big Galway. At the crossing point the river runs both deep and wide. The ferry boat, you see, was lying on the northeast side. When they would reach the southwest shore, 'tis there they'd have to wait, till the ferryman brought the boat across. He was 20 minutes late. It is supposed one of the two who couldn't swim had tried to swim his horse across the stream unto the northeast side. But when about midway his horse was thrown upon her side, his friends swam out to save him, both sank beneath the tide. A search next morning did ensue, and at 12 o'clock that day they found two corpses at the crossing, neath the stream midway. They raised those bodies from the deep and laid them on the shore. Those treacherous waters with their secrets rolled on as before. John Murphy came from Stoneham in the province of Quebec, and Wilfred White came from Mars Hill in the old pine tree state. These men were both unmarried and in their prime of life, who left us for a world we hope free from all care and strife. sa bhí meid smuoine thrabhí me máin Mórán téil sa chéide seach Stús tá se ná ban éireann Öfrin lína deas óg Stús tá se sa bíl se póg A chun sa ware de bio bai gana Mar is deas sa mar a heolan Ngaf na lad Alin Bhí buaice go meall chi na héilón ran Bhí buaice go dóga chi an chorp fuar an más Bhí buaice nach an nearna Sigram ó chrís má chéide seach Öfrin lína deas óg Stús tá se sa mílte póg A chun sa ware de bio bai gana amar Mar is deas sa mar a heolan na ngaf na lad dat nyon an te nach an me Öfrin lína deas óg Stús tá se sa mílte póg A chun sa ware de bio bai gana Mar is deas sa mar a heolan Ngaf na lad Alin
Thank you so much. Earlier we were talking about amazing story, Homeric story, stories of epic story of people, and this next one is a song I decided to write for. I actually read that story in. I love history, so I'm always reading about history, and I was reading about the Acadians. And it was all facts and stuff. And at the end, it was just like a story, a real story of one person, you know. And it was called Étienne Hébert. It was just amazing, actually. That fella. Well, I suppose all the story were amazing. It's all the resilient people, but that very story I thought was cool. Étienne Hébert was to get married when there was the deportation, and like all them, they used to separate all the families, and the young and the old and the young as well. So everyone was separated, and he had many brothers and his wife to be, and he ended up in Philadelphia. And apparently, depending on where you ended up, it was good or bad, but there they would help him. So he started to work and accumulate money. And then his idea was to find everyone eventually. So he went back up to Quebec. He didn't find anyone because some people would go back up there to try to meet, to find their family, but didn't find them. So he was given land, and every summer he would make earth, you know. But in winter, there was nothing to do. So he would go back with his snowshoe, go back down, and look for his family in the United States, everywhere, because they would be anywhere. And it took him 10 years, and he found all his family, and he found his wife, his future wife, and he married her. So I just thought it was amazing. So it's kind of a cool story. So Étienne Hébert, yeah. Here we go. Just realized I have another fiddle, so another tuning. Okay.
Sophie keeps us on edge up here.
Are you ready? Not ready. Okay. 3, 4. Te souviens-tu, Marie, au vallon, de petit ruisseau en Acadie? Ma fiancée, je la menais danser autour du feu, jamais lui turlurer. Te souviens-tu, Marie, du jour où on nous a pris en Acadie? Nos cœurs se sont déchirés, le mien resta fidèle à ma bien-aimée. J'ai travaillé sans arrêter en me faire de revoir ma bien-aimée. Oh, savais-tu, Marie, qu'une fois remontée dans une colonie, sans arpent on m'a donné, j'ai défriché dans l'espoir de te retrouver. À mon premier hiver, quand tout de blanc fera couverte ma terre, après 3 lunes sur des raquettes, j'ai retrouvé un frère au Massachusetts. À mon deuxième hiver, j'ai retrouvé le deuxième de mes frères. Après 3 ans, j'ai continué dans l'espoir de revoir ma bien-aimée. À mon 3e hiver, mes recherches ont encore été prospères. Mon dernier frère, j'ai retrouvé autour du feu, on s'est mis à turlurer. Te souviens-tu, Marie, au ballon de petit ruisseau en Acadie? Ton fiancé t'amenait danser, le voilà enfin qui veut t'épouser. Oui, je prendrai Marie, Étienne Hébert, ancien habitant d'Acadie. Pendant 10 ans qu'il m'a cherché, le voilà enfin qui veut m'épouser.
Thank you very much. We're going to continue with a lovely tune that Sophie wrote, and that's actually the first one we arranged for this new album, Homérique, and it's a composition called Pleine Lune, which means full moon, which we wrote for a camp in Ontario, right? The Algomatrad camp. And I really like this tune, so I had a lot of fun trying to arrange it on the guitar when they sent it to me. So here's Pleine Lune.
Thanks. Thank you. We'll go into one of our classics that we've been doing for a while. Way before we were playing with Francois-Félix, but we love that tune. And actually, it's a song and 3 tunes after that we like to play. So you may have heard them before. The song is called La Brune et les Trois Brigands, and it's actually a song that dates from medieval times. We have a lot of those songs in Quebec. It's amazing to see that those songs have been sang from people to people for like 1,000 years. So that's what happened with that one. And that's why there's so many versions of it. That version, I actually heard it only once, and I actually really liked it. So that's why I do that one. But there's many of this. And it's called La Brune et les Trois Brigands, and it's that girl that kind of regrets to have been gone with a fella, because she was nice at home, and then there was that guy that came to her house, and she got convinced because it's an old song. He had a saddle with silver rivets on it, so that's how he got her. Good old days. So here we go. bottes, une brune plus belle que le jour. Ce sont trois brigands de la ville qui lui font la cour. Qui lui font la cour, Malurette, ou qui lui font la cour. Ils se disent les uns les autres, comment l'avons-nous? Le plus jeune dit aux autres, moi je sais comment. Moi je sais comment, Malurette, ou moi je sais comment. Je me ferai faire une nacelle tout en clous d'argent. Et j'irai de porte en porte, toujours en sonnant. Toujours en sonnant, Malurette, toujours en sonnant. Enseignez-moi donc, madame, le chemin des grands. Allez là, montrer ma fille à ses bons enfants. À ses bons enfants, Malurette, ou à ses bons enfants. Mais la fille encore jeunette a été plus en avant. Le galant qui est fort alerte, par la main la prend. Par la main la prend, Malurette, ou par la main la prend. Il l'a fait monter derrière sur son cheval blanc. Oh adieu père, oh adieu mère, adieu tous mes parents. Adieu tous mes parents, Malurette, adieu tous mes parents. Voilà bien enlevé par un de ces brigands. Si mon père m'avait marié à l'âge de 15 ans, à l'âge de 15 ans, Malurette, ou à l'âge de 15 ans, je serais dans mon ménage, bien tranquillement. Je ferais bouillir la marmite, des pois de l'eau dedans. Des pois de l'eau dedans, Malurette, ou des pois de l'eau dedans.
you. Thank you all so much. Well, you have been amazing, as usual. It's such a pleasure. I mean, the first time Sophie and I as a duo, we experienced anything to do with old songs was we played at the Old Songs Festival, I think back in 2017 or 18, something like that. We filled in last minute for a trio who didn't get their visa in time, unfortunately. But fortunately for us, because it introduced us to these lovely people in this lovely world and yourselves, we've been back twice since with Grosse Isle with André Marchand, the first time, and then with Grosse Isle with Francois-Félix at the festival the year before last. And we've also the pleasure of doing this series as well once before. So we're just so happy to be back. Thanks a million to Joy and Chris for inviting us back again and again. It's just such a beautiful thing. And we also have Keith back there in the sound, who we can't thank enough. The sound is so beautiful. It's perfect. And I say this every time we play a concert, because I think I speak for the three of us when I say we feel so lucky to be just sitting here doing what we believe in and what we love, and to have people who will come and support that and listen to it. So that's thank you for coming out and making what we do possible, and for listening and hopefully enjoying it. So thank you so much. It's been lovely to play for you.
To us after the show, we have a bunch of albums there, and we're probably gonna hang out there. So come talk to us. It'll be very nice to say hi.
We'll finish up with the Louis Riel song. I don't know if you heard about that fella. He lived in the 1800s in Canada. He was a métis, and he was working for the métis cause. And at some point, it was too dangerous for him to be in Canada, so he had to go to the States. So he was living just across the border because he was looked for by the authorities. And anyway, he was missing his family, and his family used to go to cross the border just to meet him. And especially he missed his sister called Henriette, and the song he wrote, he was also a poet, and he wrote this song for his sister, Henriette. She was only 15 when he left, and he missed her, so he just wrote that song for her. And Louis Riel ended up hanged, actually, by eventually with his cause. So here is the song for him. You can go nice and easy at home with that. Relax. Ma sœur, tu n'étais qu'à fillette au premier jour de ton printemps. Quand j'ai parti, chère Henriette, tu n'avais pas encore 15 ans. Quand je vais près des lignes, mon cœur languit de voir mes parents et mes amis de Saint-Vital. With all my heart I bid you welcome. Oh, let me hold you close to my breast. Now that we are once more together, how content my heart does rest. Ma sœur, tu viens faire ta visite au commencement du mois d'août. En te voyant, mon cœur palpite. Ma sœur, oh, je t'aime beaucoup. Reçois de moi la bienvenue. Mon cœur t'accueille en soupirant. Lorsque mes yeux t'ont reconnu, j'étais content. With all my heart I bid you welcome. Oh, let me hold you close to my breast. Now that we are once more together, how content my heart does rest. Et le point où le jour se couche bouche ne sera jamais plus vermeille que le sourire de ta bouche. Ton regard me porte conseil. Ah, que mon âme est réjouie d'entendre résonner ta voix est plus douce à mon ennui que la musique des bois. With all my heart I bid you welcome. Oh, let me hold you close to my breast. Now that we are once more together, how content my heart does rest. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll do actually my latest composition, and that's actually going to be a mix of all what we do. My latest composition, and then it's it's a Quebec tune, and then it's an Irish tune, so it's kind of everything together. The first tune, actually, I like the fiddling when it's rough, like, I kind of like that, because where I come from, like, it's a rough playing, it's not at all classical, beautiful sound, and it's the opposite, actually. But I met a fiddle player that used to go to a camp in Quebec anyway, and then one time we met in a festival in Joliette, and she said, I'd love you to compose a song, tune like that, like, I was like, wow, yes! So I called it La Gricheuse, like it means the scratcher. So in that one, you're allowed to just...
But we don't tell them about when, actually, the first time Sophie played the tune, the lady who asked Sophie to compose the tune didn't know Sophie had written the tune. And we're playing at this festival, and Sophie will maybe tell the rest of that.
Well,
pretty amazing stuff.
We met at that festival, but then about a year after, I kept that idea because I like to have ideas composed. So I composed the tune. I never told her. And then in a festival after that, a year after, I was asked to play tune. So I thought, I can try that new tune. So I played that tune, and I told the story, and suddenly I hear, wow! And she was in the crowd, and she was so it was so crazy. She just got mad. The whole weekend, each time I met her, she was like, ah! Couldn't be happier, anyway. So, Chantal, she's called. Oh, that's fun. Thanks so much, everyone.
You won't be with us now.
Si après, il embarquera pas, on va faire 3 fois juste tout le monde, ça marche?
C'est vraiment beau. 4 fois, non? Pas 4 fois?
Non, 3 fois.
Grosse Isle. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We hope you have a safe trip home. We hope to see you back here in 2 weeks for Windborne. Many hands make light work, so if you're on this side of the building, if you could fold your chair and take it to the wall over there where there are little signs that say, put 10 chairs here. So please do. And if you're on the other side of the building, please do the same on the other side. Thank you so much. Get home safely, please.